Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk of stacks. Now, let us first understand what is a stack. So, we will start a presentation here where we'll see what a stack is. See, in our daily life, we have seen a lot of things which are arranged one above the other. This arrangement is called a stack. So what is a stack? A stack is an arrangement where things are kept one above the other. In our daily life, you must have seen stack of books. That is, books are kept one above the other. You would have seen bunches of newspapers, each of them kept one above the other. Even when you go to buy bread in the market, these breads are kept one above the other. That is, the slices of bread are kept one above the other. Now you would be wondering why we are talking of this sort of stack or an arrangement where things are kept one above the other. The answer is that in our Python, we also have an similar arrangement. That is, in Python, we are required to create a stack, that is, elements kept one above the other. So, we'll have to first understand a stack properly. Then we will go to Python programming, where we will try to implement the stack using Python program. So, we further go into the deeper things of a stack. Let us see few examples first. Books, as I said, kept one above the other. Newspapers kept one above the other. This age-old tiffin carrier also becomes a part of our study today. This tiffin carrier, as you see, has 4 boxes in it. Each of these boxes have been kept one above the other. If you see, this tiffin carrier can be used by us today, and we can relate it to further study stacks in Python. So, let us see some important informations about the tiffin carrier. First information, the tiffin carrier has 4 boxes, each of them kept one above the other. So I can say that how many floors the tiffin carrier has? The tiffin carrier has 4 floors. This is the ground floor of the tiffin carrier, that is floor number 0, floor number 1, floor number 2 and floor number 3. You would be wondering why sir is saying this to be floor numbers. Actually, I am trying to make you understand that these are not normal floor numbers. When we are talking of Python and we are relating tiffin carrier with Python, you should also relate these floor numbers to subscript number of a list in Python. So now if I say that this is not a tiffin carrier, this is not a tiffin carrier, this is a list. So 0 is the subscript number for the first given box, 1 is the subscript number of the second given box, 2 is the subscript number of the third given box, and 3 is the subscript number for the fourth box. So here I have started relating Python with the tiffin carrier. See, the same tiffin carrier is seen like a list by a Python programmer. She is seeing 0 to be the first given box, 1 to be the second given box, 2 to be the third given box, and 3 to be the fourth given box. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4 of the boxes are here. This is the vertical view. But in our programming, most of the time we see an horizontal view of the list. So in horizontal view, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 given boxes in our list. Now, if I say that at this given moment, the tiffin carrier's boxes are empty, so it has nothing in it. That is, if I relate it to Python, we have nothing in our list. The list is empty. The list is empty as our tiffin carrier is. If someone says now that we have to put some elements in the list, or let me say some food in the tiffin carrier. So how I would be putting the foods? Let us take some example of foods. At this moment, when somebody says that I have to take the food and I have to put in the tiffin carrier, that means I have no food now. And if somebody asks which is the topmost floor that has food in the tiffin carrier, see, this is the tiffin carrier. If somebody asks which is the topmost floor that has food, you will actually wonder what he is going to ask, what actually he is asking. Topmost floor which has food in it. So we all know that the tiffin carrier is empty. So the answer would be none of the floor has food in it. So the topmost floor that has food in it is none. The answer is none. The topmost floor that has food in it, the answer is none. Mathematically, I can answer it as topmost floor having food in it is equal to none. And in short, because that given big word that is topmost floor having food in it can be written in short as top. So I'll write top is equal to none. So if somebody asks me what is there in the list, if the list is vacant, I will say list has nothing. And if somebody asks me what actually is the topmost box in the list which has something, at this moment I'll say top is equal to none. That means no boxes have things in it. All the boxes are empty. The list is actually an empty list, and top, which has to point to the topmost box that has a value in it, would be said to have none. In Python programming, top keeps the subscript number of the topmost box that has a value. At this moment, no boxes have value, so top will be equal to none, even in Python programming. Let us go forward. Let us fill some food now. As the boxes are empty, we need to fill some food. Fill some food is a language which we use in daily life. But in Python, to insert something in a list, when the list is being topped off as a stack, the term used is push. We say we are pushing in a list. That means whenever we want to insert something in the list, it is said to be pushing in the list. Elements in the list are pushed one by one, that is one at a time. Here, let us take this tiffin carrier, try to put some item in it. Let us put rice in the tiffin box, and let us put it in the box which would be kept at floor number 1, that is in list subscript number 1. Let us put salad in the tiffin box of our tiffin carrier, and where we are going to put it? We are going to put it in floor number 3. We have not put yet. We are only filling up the things, the foods in the tiffin boxes. After all the boxes would be filled, then we will put the things in the tiffin carrier, that is the boxes in the tiffin carrier. Then let us put pulses in the tiffin box which would be kept at floor number 0, and curry in the tiffin box which would be kept in floor number 2. Now the question is, it is time for us to put back the tiffin boxes in the tiffin carrier. But our question is, do you understand and answer which is the first box that is to be put back in the tiffin carrier? Obviously, the first box would be floor number 0. The first box would be box of floor number 0. Why floor number 0? We all know if it is to be maintained as a stack, the first thing should go into floor number 0. Then the second thing the second box should be at floor number 1. The third box should be at floor number 2. And the fourth box should be at floor number 3. But as we were talking of that variable top, so top had none when nothing was there in the tiffin carrier. But as we put a box in floor number 0, what should be the value of top then? The value of top, you remember, it means the topmost floor which has food in it. The value of top, which had been none earlier, would now be 0. So top is equal to 0. Why top is equal to 0? Because now 0th floor has a box in it. We have put in a box at the 0th floor. So the first floor, the topmost floor, which has food in it, is 0. So top is going to keep 0. If we consider a list as a Python programmer, there also, if I have one element in the list that is going to be kept in subscript number 0, and top, which earlier were pointing to none as the list was empty, would now start pointing to 0. So I think you have understood. So now topmost value has been put in subscript number 0 in Python also. So top, which keeps the subscript number of the topmost value put, would keep 0 in it. Let us now go. We'll try to answer few questions. The first question is, which floor will get the next box in the tiffin carrier? As I said, it would be floor number 1. 0 has got a box. So next box would be floor number 1. If it had been a list of a Python programmer, it were subscript number 1. Subscript number 1 would have got the value. And then when that box would already have been put, that is the second box would already have been put, what would be the value of top then? The value of top would be 1. Why the value of top would be 1? Because now the topmost box that has been put in the tiffin carrier and it has food in it is at floor number 1. So top is equal to 1. If it had been a list, we would have said the element that has been lately, that is recently put in the list, has been put in subscript number 1. So top becomes 1. So top is equal to 1, as top points to the element which has been most recently put in the list. And now, according to our discussion, it is subscript number 1. So top would be put at subscript number 1. So top is equal to 1. Similarly, for the next few recurrence, we'll see that if box has been put in floor number 2, value would be 2 for top. Floor number 3, if the box has been put, the value of top would be 3. Similarly, in Python programmers list, when the first given value after 1 is being put, it would be put at 2. So top would be 2. When 3 would be filled, top would be 3. So I think you have understood how the values are given for top and how the list is going to be filled. List is going to be filled as in subscript number 0 first, then 1, then 2, then 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And top is also going to get the value. When list was empty, it would have got the value none. When list had one element, top was 0. When list had two elements, top was 1. When list had the third element in, top became 2, and when list had the fourth element, top would become 3. So I think you have understood. And you have also understood the order. Let us see it. Top initially none. When pulses went into the box, top became 0. When rice went into the box, top became 1. When curry comes in, top becomes 2. And when salad goes, top becomes 3. So this is how the order is being maintained from 0 to 3, and the value is being maintained at top from 0 to 3. Initially top was none. That is being again shown horizontally, because a Python programmer understands things of a list better if it is put horizontally. So pulses, top becomes 0, rice, top becomes 1, curry comes in, top becomes 2, and salad comes in, top becomes 3. And you all know when nothing was there initially, top had none in it. Again, order you have understood. It is 0, 1, 2, 3 floor number, and in Python, index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3. Thus we see that stacks can be applied in Python using lists. Now we will talk of, now what we did was we inserted the things, we pushed the things into the boxes, or I should say into the list. So we put the things in the tiffin carrier, and we are relating into Python, so we'll say that we put the things in the list. Now if somebody wants to eat the things of the tiffin carrier, so which box he is going to take out first? Pulses or salad? Obviously salad, because it is the topmost box. So we cannot take any box below salad if we are not going to take out salad first. Salad's boxes would be taken out first, then we will take curry's boxes out, then rice's boxes out, and then pulses box out. So the order of taking out things, that is deleting things from a list, is just opposite to the order of inserting things in the list, that is pushing things in the list. We should know here that when we delete something from a list, it is technically termed as popping. Popping means deleting something from the list. So salad is going to be deleted first, C. And when salad got deleted, top, which had a value 3, now has the value 2. Now when curry gets deleted, we have rice at the topmost, so top is going to keep 1 now. Now when we have pulses, after rice goes off or is being deleted, pulses is at 0th position, so top has 0. Now nothing is there in the list, so top is equal to none. So I think you have understood. The same thing again we will see by the eyes of a Python programmer. So Python programmer sees it in this fashion. See, first salad goes off, top which was 3 becomes 2, curry goes off, top is now 1, as the topmost box, that is the latest box which was kept, is rice, and which is here in the list. Then pulses goes off and top becomes none. I think you have understood how deletion is done. Deletion is done in an order just opposite to insertion. Deletion is from the last value that was kept in the list, and this means the list which has now been used to implement a stack is working under the principle called LIFO. LIFO is a principle, it is a policy. It means last in, first out. The thing which were kept in the list at the last, that is going to be deleted first, popped first. So the thing which was pushed in the list last would be popped from the list first. So last in, first out. This is the policy which stacks follow. This policy is followed by stack. You should remember that. Now, if you didn't want to eat, but you wanted to see what was there in the tiffin box, then also you had to first take out the lid of salad boxes, then the lid of curry boxes, then the rice box lid had to be taken out, then pulses lid had to be taken out. So displaying things in a list also is done in a reverse order than how we had entered things into the list. So if I had entered pulse first, then inserted rice, then curry, then salad, then a Python programmer, when he has been given the task of displaying things, he should first display salad, then curry, then rice, then pulses. So displaying is also at a reverse order than the order of inserting things in a list, if the list is being maintained as a stack. So the order of, as it is being seen here, the order of deleting items is just opposite to the order of inserting. I should say the displaying is also opposite. The order of displaying things is also opposite to the order of inserting. So popping and displaying follows the same order, and that order is just reverse of the order of inserting. That is, we follow last in first out policy, LIFO policy, as I said. And I have already said that stacks has a different term for insertion and deletion. In stack, insertion means pushing in the list and deletion means popping from the list. So in Python, stack is being implemented by us using lists. We will implement stack by lists. So let us see how we actually implement this. So to implement, let us again iterate what we talked of. Let us take an example again and then we'll go to the Python script and write a program for it. See, this is a list for us. This list has nothing in it. So we have put top as none. But suppose I want to put a value 5 in the list. As you know that if it is to be maintained as a stack, 5 has to be put at this 0th position. You have already seen that. So let us put 5 here. As I put 5 here, my duty would be to now change none and make it 0. Why I should make it 0? I should make it 0 because now the topmost box which has a value in the list is at subscript number 0. So top should now point to 0. Now suppose I want to keep one more element in the list. So if I want to keep one more element in the list, that should go just at the box besides 5. And if vertically we would have seen this, I would have said above 5. So let us put 7 here. As and when I put 7 here, top needs to be changed because the topmost value is 7 and it is at subscript number 1. So top should point to 1. Top should keep 1. We all know top actually keeps the subscript number of the topmost box in the list that has an element, that has a value in it. Now suppose I put 9. So what top would become? Right, top would become 2. Now if I put another element here, say 11, top is going to become what? Top is going to become 3. So I'll put top as 3. So you understood how we insert things in a list? Now, if somebody says, I have to display the things in the list. So what would be the order to display? The order would be 11, then 9, then 7, and then 5. Just in the order opposite to the order of insertion. So this is the order. But while we display, we are not going to change the value of top because we are neither deleting or inserting something in the list. So we are not going to update the value of top while displaying, because displaying means to only display the things, not to change the things in the list. So top is not changing at all. The topmost value was 11 and now also the topmost value is 11 and it is at subscript number 3. So top will point to 3 only. But if I am set to delete something, now in a stack, which is the value that is going to be deleted? We have already talked of. In a stack, the last value inserted is to be deleted first. Remember, we use the policy LIFO, last in, first out. So which was the last value that had been inserted here in our list? So last value was 11. So we'll have to first delete 11. Let us delete 11. As we delete 11, now what actually is the latest value present now, which has been kept in the list and is at the top of the list? Obviously it is 9. 9 is in the list and it is at the top of the list. So what should top get now? Top should get 2. So top gets 2 now. If 9 would be deleted, let us delete 9 also. Then what is the topmost value that we have now? It is 7. So top would now get what? Subscript number 1, because 7 is kept in subscript number 1. When 7 is deleted, then the only value left is 5 and 5 is the topmost now and it is kept in subscript number 0. So we'll put a 0 here as top's value. So top is equal to 0. And what would happen if 5 is also deleted or popped? Remember, delete in stack is termed as popping. So if 5 is popped, then what we would do? If 5 is popped, nothing in the list. So top should again become none because nothing is there in the list. So top points to none. No value is present here at the top. So top is equal to none. I think you have understood this. So isn't it time to script the Python program for stacks? So let us go to the Python script and try to program it out. So we'll go to the Python script and we'll write a program here in the script mode. So let us go and write a program in Python and we'll go to the Python script. So let us go to the Python script. We have opened Python script and we are trying to write a program. Now remember, what is the program for? The program is for implementing a stack in Python. So let us start from here. Let us go down. Let us try to create a list which would work as a Python stack. Let us name it stack only and say this stack is nothing but a list. We also know initially top should have a value none. At the start, top should have a value none. And we would like to push something in our stack. So let us first write the push function. So I will try to push 5 in the stack, but the push function has not been defined. So let us go and define. I said call push, but my push function has not been defined. So it is time now to define the push function. So I'll say def push. Let us put something here as a parameter so that the 5 that is being passed while calling push would get into thing, the parameter thing. So parameter thing would have the value 5 now. Now I want to push. Now when I want to push, if something is pushed, in which subscript number in the list it is going to be pushed? Obviously at subscript number 0. So if somebody would then ask me what is the topmost place or subscript number which has a value, the answer would be 0. So what should top now be? Top should now be 0. So our work is not only to append things in the list, add things in the list, but also to update the new value of top. That is, we should also update the status of top as and when we make a change. So let us go to do that. First, as we are using that global value top, so we'll write here global top. Then we'll try to append the thing, that is whatever is there in thing, into the list. Now things have been appended, so time to change the status of top, change the value of top. So we'll write top is equal to len of stack minus 1. Why did I write top is equal to len of stack minus 1? Because whatever length would be of stack, minus 1 to that means the subscript number which has been filled by the latest value. That is the last value. That is the topmost value. For example, if 10 values had been filled in the list, so subscript number that had been filled last would be 9, because it always starts from 0 and then it goes on filling. But in our case, this is the first given thing. So for our case, one thing has been added. So len stack means 1. The stack has one element, and 1 minus 1 means 0. So top would be 0. So obviously top is 0 because one element now my push function filled into the given list which is being maintained as a stack. So this is the only thing we have to do in push. Any element you append in the list, you only maintain the top's value as len of stack minus 1. Top would get the topmost value's subscript number. Now let us try to write a function to display things from the stack. So how to write the function to display things? Let us write a function called display. Using this function, we will display. Now how is things displayed in a stack? We all know, we have learned, it is displayed in the reverse order. That is, the order reverse to the order in which we entered the elements, we pushed the elements. So the last element pushed would be first shown. So we would write this code. Let us write this. Len is equal to stack. So we have p is equal to len of stack minus 1. What does p get? The subscript number of the topmost value kept in the stack. Now I'll write for I in range p comma minus 1 comma minus 1. As you have read in class 11th, this is going to work. The subscript number is going to be shown or going to be kept in I in the reverse order. And if I say print stack I, and also let us separate it by space. So it means first it is going to print the last element, then the second last element, then the third last, and the first element to be inserted would have been the last element that is going to be printed. So it is printing the things in the reverse order, and we all know that we have to print the things in a reverse order than the way we entered it. So this is what we have here. So this is the function for displaying. Now let us write a function for popping, that is deleting. So when we write a function for deleting, let us give the name pop, as technically we say it to be pop. You can give any name, but I have given the name pop. Let us write here global top, because here we will require to change the value of top. Now we want to delete, but sometimes it so happens that when we go to delete in a list, the list already has nothing in it. That is, the list is empty. So let us first check whether the list is empty or not. If the list is empty, then we will not delete. We will give an message here that we have nothing in the list. The list is having no elements, and technically for stack it is known as a underflow situation. That is underflow situation. Underflow situation in stack means we have nothing in the stack and we have went to delete some element from the stack. But suppose the stack has a thing or has many things in it. So we'll have to see what to do. Now suppose, as we saw, when the last element was being deleted, you all know that it was in the subscript number 0. So when the element from subscript number 0 was deleted, top had to again become none. So how we would do that? We'll write if only one element is there in the stack, that is, it is the last element in the stack, we will then put top back to none. Why top back to none? You have seen the last element when it was being deleted, that is 5 was being deleted, it was at 0th position, and when 5 was deleted the list became empty, and when the list became empty top had to be updated with none. But if the list had more than one element, then nothing to do, we have to only change top to top minus 1. That is, if the first element was being deleted, that is 11 was being deleted in our case, then top, which had the value 3, was becoming 2. So 1 less than whatever it had. So top is equal to top minus 1. So we have actually till now maintained the status of top, but we have written nothing to actually delete that item. What should be written to delete the item? We should write stack.pop to delete the item. But as a good programmer, before deleting, I should also show to the world the value that I am deleting. So I'll write the value that is being deleted is stack pop. That is the value which is being deleted. So this is how I wrote 3 given functions: push to insert element, or I should say push element in the stack; display to show all the values, all the items, all the elements that is in the stack, and we all know it is to be displayed in the reverse order; pop actually takes care of, the function pop takes care of deleting, that is popping elements from the stack. You know that it is popped in the fashion last in first out, that is the latest element that was in the list would be popped out first. So we all now know we have 3 functions: push, display and pop. So after writing these 3 functions, let us now try to execute the functions. So we will try to push 5 into our list which is being implemented as a stack, and then try to display it. So we have tried to execute the function, but as I see we have an error. There would be a equal to sign, and when we run it, you all can see we have 5. So 5 was pushed in and displays 5. Let us now try to put one more element in the list. I should say one more element in the stack. So to implement that, we need to run the push function again. So we'll write push, say we take 7. So we'll execute it now. So we would have 2 values, 5 and 7, but while displaying, it would be displayed in the reverse order. So we will get 7 and then 5. So we all understand displaying is in the reverse order of insertion. So 7 would be displayed first and then 5 would be displayed. Let us see how it works for us. See, 7 displayed first and then 5 is displayed. So our function push as well as the display function is working fine. It is implementing a stack. The stack has one more function, but we'll see that function later. Let us try to push one more value. Let us put now 10. So if I am pushing 10, then what would be the insertion? 5 inserted first, then 7, then 10. This is the order. And when we display it, 10 should be displayed first, as you see, and then 7 and then 5. So 3 values are there. So we have worked with our push function. We have seen it through display function. Let us see our pop function. How our pop works. There is an error in that pop part I am seeing. We'll have to correct that error. So what is that error? Let us see. We have not put an else and it would not work fine. Let us see. Let us run the pop. So while we run this pop, you will find that answers would be unexpected for us. We want the answer to be what? We want the answer to be 1075 to be displayed by the display function. Then 10 should be popped and then we should be seeing 7 and 5, but it would show 1075, 1075. Let us see how it works. So we go to run it. See, 1075, 1075. Let us see what the error is. That error is that we would have an else that is to be written. Let us go back and try to write the else at the right part. See, if stack is equal to empty stack in the pop function, that if doesn't have a else, but there should be a else that should be written there. So if else is not given, then what would happen? The if len stack is equal to 1 will work even if stack is empty. So let us put the else there, make the code correct. So we put a else there and if comes after that else. Now what it is? Now the whole pop function looks like it explains to the Python interpreter that if stack is empty, then display underflow situation, and if we have length as 1, then put top is equal to none, else put top as top minus 1 if the length is more than 1. So now if I run this function, what would I get? We would get 1075, then 5 would be popped, so it will show the value that is being deleted is 5, and then it will display only 7 and 5. So this is how things occur in a stack. Stack has 3 important functions: the push function, the display function, the pop function, and they work in tandem. When you want to push something, you use the push function to insert. It takes the latest given box in the list, and pop pops in the reverse order from the latest element that was kept, that is deleted first. So now let us see how this given function push and pop together works for us. What did I put? 5, 7 and 10. So it gives 10, 7 and 5. The value that is being deleted, as it is showing 10, 10 being the latest value put in the list, so it is being deleted. Then it shows 7 and 5 leftover values. So our stack is working fine. Our stack has 3 functions and all these 3 functions are doing the work properly. We have succeeded in implementing stack through Python. And what in Python we have used? We have used a list. We have used a list in Python. So this is what we have done here. Now we'll go for one more function. That function is peek function. Now what is peek? Now it is a technical term. Peek means to display the topmost value in the stack. That is the value which is inserted, that is pushed in the stack recently. So we all know it would have the subscript number of that value which has been put at the last in our list. So I have written h is equal to len stack minus 1, that is the subscript number of the latest value should go to h, and then print stack h means stacks that value which is there in subscript number h, and h has the topmost subscript number that has a value. Now see, we are writing here print the value at the top is stack h. We should give such a given statement. Now one error there I am seeing, that is double quotes has not been added to the print, so it will give an error. So we'll again come back after seeing the error, we'll try to correct that error. See, it is giving the error, so we'll try and we'll correct that error and then again run it. So when I run, so see, it says the value at the top is 7. So my pick function is also working fine. So we have implemented our stack in Python, which has 4 functions now: push, to pick the element, and to display the element. Thus, today's topic of stack in Python is over. Thank you very much.